So we had a very elaborative discussion in the lecture on thermodynamic systems and energy interaction. And now let us try to gather some more information about heat and work. And for this, the region under consideration for our study purpose will be the system, and everything external to the system will be the surrounding. And let's say this system has an initial temperature represented by Ts, and the initial temperature of the surrounding is represented by, and by virtue of these temperatures, the thermal energy stored with the system and the surrounding will be given by the formula, which is the product of mass, specific heat capacity and the temperature. So the initial thermal energy of the system will be, and the initial thermal energy of the surrounding will be. Now because of this temperature difference between the system and the surrounding, energy interaction will take place in the form of heat. And now let's suppose that the initial temperature of the system is greater than the initial temperature of the surrounding. So this energy interaction will take place until both the temperature of the system and the surrounding becomes equal, such that the final temperature attained by the system and the surrounding is equal to Tf. Now how to find out this magnitude and direction of this energy interaction? And for this let us try to physically understand this energy interaction phenomena. और उसके लिए let us suppose that system के पास कुछ thermal energy stored है. And in order to make the temperature of the system and the surrounding becomes equal, this thermal energy which is stored in the system must move to the thermal energy and get stored in the surrounding. और इसके लिए सिस्टम की थर्मल एनर्जी को मोशन में आना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज इट हैज टू क्रॉस द बाउंड्री बिटवीन द सिस्टम एंड द सराउंडिंग. सो वेन एवर दिस स्टोर्ड थर्मल एनर्जी क्रॉसेज द बाउंड्री बिटवीन द सिस्टम एंड द सराउंडिंग, उस समय इस थर्मल एनर्जी का नाम हो जाता है हीट. सो हीट इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी विच ऑलवेज एग्जिस्ट इन मोशन एंड ऑलवेज एग्जिस्ट एट द बाउंड्री बिटवीन द सिस्टम एंड द सराउंडिंग. And once it crosses the boundary between the system and the surrounding, it will again get stored up as thermal energy. So now the final thermal energy of the system will be, and final thermal energy of the surrounding will be. So now heat can be obtained as the difference between the initial and the final thermal energy of the system as well as the surrounding. That is, and that has to be equal because the thermal energy lost by the system is the thermal energy gained by the surrounding. And now my dear, सिस्टम का इनिशियल टेम्परेचर सिस्टम के फाइनल टेम्परेचर से ज्यादा है. That means that it has to be नेगेटिव वैल्यू. सराउंडिंग का इनिशियल टेम्परेचर सराउंडिंग के फाइनल टेम्परेचर से कम है. That means that it has to be positive value. So negative here represent that heat is being lost, and positive represent that heat is being gained. Now suppose surrounding का टेम्परेचर सिस्टम के टेम्परेचर से ज्यादा होगा, then in that case thermal energy which is stored in the surrounding must go into the system. So for this direction of this energy interaction, heat transfer always takes place from a higher temperature object to the lower temperature object spontaneously, so that such that the temperature of this both the objects become equal. So the only driving force for this energy interaction is temperature difference, and not the difference in the thermal energy, because the thermal energy of the system and the surrounding may be equal, but then also there can be a difference between the temperatures of the system and the surrounding. And to understand this, let us try to have some brief understanding about a specific heat capacity, where a specific heat capacity is defined as the energy storage capability at molecular level. Because you know that system contains matter, और matter के अंदर numerous amount of molecules are present, और हर एक मॉलिक्यूल की अपनी एक थर्मल एनर्जी स्टोर करने की कैपेबिलिटी है एंड स्पेसिफिक हीट कैपेसिटी रिप्रेजेंट दैट वैल्यू when coupled together with the entire mass of the object it is called as heat capacity. Now from the formula of thermal energy it can be concluded that अगर storage capability ज़्यादा होगी तो temperature required कम होगा, storage capability कम होगी तो temperature required ज़्यादा होगा. That means that the thermal energy of the system and the surrounding may be same, but then also because of the difference in the heat capacities, temperature of the system and the surrounding can be different, or even the case where the thermal energy of the system and the surrounding may be different, but then also the temperature of the system and the surrounding may be same. That means that the specific heat capacity represent that unique value of heat required to raise the temperature of the object by 1 unit for 1 unit mass of the object. So the specific heat capacity is a unique value for every material that exists in this world. Now for solids and liquids, this specific heat capacity has a single value, but in gaseous phase of the matter, this heat addition to raise the temperature of the object by 1 unit for a unit kg of mass can also take place at constant pressure, at constant volume and at constant temperature. So for at constant pressure and constant volume, these will be two different values in gaseous phase of matter, which we are going to discuss in detail in the coming lectures. But at constant temperature, it can be directly observed from this formula that for the zero differential change in the temperature, the specific heat capacity should be infinite, and this is known as isothermal heat capacity. Now let us try to quickly conclude what we have understood about heat, where the magnitude of this heat is given by the product of the mass, storage capacity and the differential change in temperature. For per unit mass, it can also be represented as CDT. If the specific heat capacity is a function of the temperature, then this term can be integrated for the initial value of the temperature to the final value of the temperature to get a particular value of energy interaction, that is heat. Now the unit of the heat is given as kilojoule because it is a form of energy which always exists in motion. It is also called as energy in transit. It can also be represented as energy per unit mass, where this unit will be kilojoule per kg. Now for the direction of this heat transfer, it always takes place from a higher temperature object to the lower temperature object, such that the temperature of both these objects become equal. But now you may also question that can heat transfer also take place from a lower temperature object to the higher temperature object? Yes, it is possible, but for this some amount of work has to be done, and that forms the basic principle of refrigeration and air conditioning and heat pumps. And now for the sign convention, the negative value represents the heat lost by the object and the positive value will represent heat gained by the object. As per our assumption, we are going to consider this sign convention throughout this course.